The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Thomas webinar number 5 of 2010, The Innovative Advantage. This is Merle Belegas and I'll be your facilitator for the next hour. For those of you that are listening in, you'll notice that there's a panel on your right-hand side of your screen. If you'd like to eliminate that panel, click on the small arrow at the top of your screen. You have two ways of listening to audio. You can listen through your computer speakers, and if you're not getting the right levels of sound, you can dial in to the number on your screen. All participants are in mute mode. However, you can participate with questions by typing them into the panel on the right. So you would need to open the panel and type in your questions. We will have 2 poll questions through the webinar where you will be able to participate. So let's get started. Innovation is moving from an occasional, interesting event that is not focused and not strategic to becoming a key focus of senior executives who are realizing that innovation is the only sustainable way for organizations to grow, differentiate themselves, and remain relevant in this turbulent, ever-changing, and exciting marketplace. Let's have a look at our objectives. Today we'll explore a number of factors that contribute to innovation. First, we'll define innovation. Then we'll look at how workers today are different. We'll answer the question why companies need to look at innovation as a competitive advantage and what it takes to lead a culture of innovation. Then we'll talk about some tools for creativity and how we can assess, stimulate, and develop innovation in our organization. When talking about innovation, it's important to define exactly what we mean. We often use the words creativity and innovation synonymously. They are linked but are not the same. Creativity is an important component in the innovation process, but they don't mean the same thing. Creativity is about coming up with new ideas that are original, imaginative, and ingenious, whereas innovation is about developing a new way of doing something that delivers value. Peter Drucker, the management guru, simply defines innovation as change which creates a new dimension of performance. BNet defines the results of innovation as improving efficiency, effectiveness, or competitive advantage. McCowan differentiates between innovation and invention. He claims that invention is a new idea made manifest. Invention being the process of discovering new things that have not been discovered before. Innovation, on the other hand, is applying ideas successfully. Not all innovations are in fact brand new. You could have an innovation that in fact was an invention, but sometimes innovation is about using the same ideas or products and reframing them. What can we learn from some of the most successful companies? Each year, Business Week posts a ranking of the most innovative companies. You can see that Apple and Google are consistently in the top 2 places. What is common among innovative companies is that they nurture a culture that values innovative people in good times and in bad. They develop a diverse portfolio that helps them to weather dud ideas. They continue to invest in a recession and are honest and courageous about admitting mistakes, learning from mistakes, and moving on quickly. Steve Jobs of Apple talks about giving customers what they'll want in the future, not what they want right now. Eric Schmidt of Google talks about the speed of innovation as an advantage. And Jeff Bezos of Amazon talks about their innovation that is focused on their obsession with the customer. So let's take a quick innovation pulse of our audience. I'm going to give you about a minute to read through the 5 items on the screen and score yourself. So in each case, you can achieve a maximum of 5 points, And with 5 questions, the total could be as much as 25. So look at each of the 5 statements, score yourself 1 through 5, total your score, and remember what your score is and whether you stack up in the A, the B, or the C category. So we'll give you about a minute to complete this. We'll give you another 30 seconds to get your score worked out. Okay, I hope you've been able to score your innovation quiz, and let's see where you stack up. We're going to open the polls, and you'll be able to cast your vote. Okay, folks, we're closing off the poll question, and let's see where our audience sits. So, not too surprising, strong innovation is really hard to achieve, and we've got 33% of our audience who says we are really strong innovators at my company. Most of the audience is sitting in the average area where you have started with innovation and are maybe finding that it's more tactical than strategic. And then there are a couple of you that feel your companies are fairly weak at innovation. So we can look at this as an opportunity. And I think if you polled a larger audience, we've got about 60 people on our webinar, you would probably find very similar trends. This tells us that innovation indeed is a competitive advantage that companies are not currently using. Since 2003, there's been an increased focus on innovation. This has been driven by many factors. We've had an increase in the rate of change. Competition has become extremely fierce. There's a demand for speed from consumers. And prior and during the recession of 2009, the focus was on cost-cutting and outsourcing, which has reached its logical conclusion. Most things that could be cut, trimmed, or outsourced have been, and now organizations need to return to growth and differentiation. Booz & Company, in their study, found over 90% of CEOs and executives saying that innovation was critical to the success of their firms. Deloitte surveyed 800 manufacturers who said innovation was a key driver and a key form of growth for their business. In a great new book by Ram Charan and A.G. Lafley, the Procter & Gamble CEO, they talk about the how in terms of